So, people are out here house poor and ain't nobody talking about it. Well, I'm going to talk about it today. First of all, let me acknowledge, yes, it's some people out here that are house poor, which to me means maybe they can't take as many trips as they like. Maybe the majority of their income right now is going towards keeping their home or paying their mortgage. Maybe that is the truth, which to me is not so much of a bad problem to have. And also one that we try to avoid on the front end with budgeting. I know at least with my clients, going over our numbers very early in the process to make sure that you can, or that just make sure that you buy a home with a monthly mortgage that you can afford and hopefully afford even if times get a little rough. But we all know life can life on you. So even with the best laid plans, maybe you've been in your house 3 or 4 years and you lose your job. You know what I mean? Or you have to take another job where you're making less money, but you are keeping that mortgage paid. And to me, you guys may call that house poor. I call that an investment and sacrifice for the long term and for your better well-being, because honestly, there are a lot of people that are renting and, y'all don't use the term out here rent poor, struggling to pay rent, which goes to nothing. It doesn't, help you build equity. It's, it doesn't give you the benefits of home ownership at all. Mm-hmm. So I honestly would rather be house poor any day of the week. So you want to say something, hun?
Yeah, I think we've gotten to a place where sacrificing is kind of like seen as a bad thing. Because when you say house poor, that sounds to me like somebody's sacrificing. Because while they may not be able to do as much or go as far right now or travel as much, they are sacrificing and putting away for their future. Because every time they make a mortgage payment, they're paying down, they're getting equity, they're getting a benefit out of it. It may not be a benefit you can see today, but there is a benefit. Now you compare that with someone who's renting. Yeah, their rent may be a little cheaper and they're on the ground, at the beach all the time.
Right.
But that money's gone. The moment you spend it, it's gone.
Exactly.
And you get nothing out of it. And at the end of the day, you're going to pay for a mortgage. You're either going to pay for your mortgage or the landlord's mortgage, whether you're in an apartment or you're in a house. That's simply how it works. The only question is, are you going to benefit from this money you're spending or is someone else? That's how I see it.
I think that that's an awesome point. And the other thing that I really like and why I'd rather be house poor any day of the week is because if for some reason I'm going to be late on my mortgage payment in, this month, I know from renting apartments in the past, and I'm in Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas. So we are in Texas. Mm-hmm. Your rent is due on the 1st, late by the 3rd. Where you're already going to start accumulating late fees, mm-hmm. and you don't have, all month to try to come up with that money. Mm-hmm. Really, they're going to start placing eviction notices on your door. Right. Where in my mortgage, again, we're here in the state of Texas. I have from the 1st to the 15th to pay my mortgage without any penalty, without any late fee. Mm-hmm. If I pay within 30 days or after the 15th. Then I may get a small late fee added on, but I can pay my mortgage within that 30-day period. I can even, once you set yourself up and your payments up online, I know my mortgage companies on my houses let me pick the day that I want my mortgage to be due. So I can say I want my mortgage to be due on the 10th of every month, and then I usually have a grace period of 14 to 15 days to even get the money in. So I don't know any apartment complex that is giving you that type of flexibility. So again, I'd rather be in the safety confines of a mortgage with a mortgage company any day of the week than an apartment if something goes wrong. Also, if I miss a payment, they are not going to immediately foreclose on my house. Right. The mortgage company is going to work with me, they have different solutions, loan modifications. They have ways, contrary to popular belief, mortgage companies do not want to take your house back. Mm-mm. They are in it for the long term. They make money on the interest being paid out over the long term. So they are not coming and snatching your house up the minute you miss a payment if you have if you're just working with a regular mortgage company. So that's another thing that I really love and gives me some security with a mortgage versus renting. And let's go to show kind of another reason why we are all for home ownership. So let's look at this. So this is the median home price. Let's move ourselves up from the past 20 plus years. So, but don't we miss these days? In 2000.
Before you even really dive into the numbers, there is not a person alive who doesn't understand that you cannot replicate. It would be cheaper to buy something years ago than it is today.
Right, right.
Like
I say, we would love to go back to, these moments here of 2000, 2001, but we are in 2023. Mm-hmm. And as you can see, the median home price, and this is actually for all of the U.S., has steadily gone up. Real estate is a market like any other market. So you'll have small dips where it goes down. It's a cyclical market, but look what it constantly does. It goes down, back up, down, back up. It trends upwards. You know what I mean? So that's the other thing. And like you say, we can't go back to 2000. I wish we could. I would have bought in college. I encourage young people to buy as early as possible and as soon as you can for this reason. Let's take a look at one other thing. We're going to try to keep this video well under 10 minutes if we can, because we know y'all's attention spans are short. Let me cover that up. I did not wear the heading. So let's look at if you're a renter versus a homeowner. This is the wealth gap that we're talking about, guys. My circle is crazy, but y'all get the point. So here's renters from 2016. This is just from 2016 to 2019. If we go back even further, oh my gosh, these numbers will blow your mind. So the average renter, their net worth is $6,300 to $8,000.
And real quick before you go on, as you see with the renter, most of that number is only the money that they can save from their job and what they're doing. When you own a home, you may be making your monthly payment and not able to save as much, but you still have some built-in savings because you own the property.
That's right. So your home becomes kind of your automatic savings plan where, like you said, even if I can't stash away a couple of thousand or a few thousand a month on my own, I can at least do it with my home, and I can take advantage of appreciation, or at minimum knocking down my mortgage balance. You're paying for somewhere to live anyway. Now, is this every renter in in the world? Of course not. But these are real numbers. These are the average numbers. Most of the people who have this type of wealth are homeowners, period. So we hope that helps. Again, we wanted to join the conversation. Let us know what you think in the comments. We know people are quote unquote house poor, but let me tell you, baby, I would rather be house poor any day of the year than rent poor. And if you are in the DFW area and you're interested in buying a home, you don't know where to start, hit me up. My link is in the bio. And let's set up your free one-on-one, your confidential and private one-on-one with me. And let's talk about the home buying process. Let's talk about getting you on your journey. All right, guys. So I hope that helps, but that's our contribution. Let us know what y'all think in the comments. Team Jackson. I'm kidding. But for real, let us know what y'all think in the comments.